everyone, this is Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com, and today I wanted to answer a question about the devil's footprints. So I'll go ahead and read the question. It says, Lynn, I am curious to know the story of the devil's footprints on Tancook Island in Nova Scotia. There seems to be shoe prints in solid granite, and the stories surrounding the footprints are about a stranger that left town and disappeared after some mysterious death. The prints are supposed to lead to a bottomless brook where people have gone missing as well. What can you tell us about the footprints and the brook? I am sure there's an interesting story behind the folklore, and I have the picture to these really interesting footprints. Put it up on the video. It's also on the blog, and there's also a link on the blog telling you a little bit more about the devil's footprints. Excuse me. Okay, so when I looked at this, I get that this was done several thousand years ago, and it was during a time when the nearby land, I don't know what the land around this area looks like, if it still looks like this or not, but it looks as though it was full of lush vegetation. I see big trees, grass, all kinds of things, and I also see that it was inhabited by prehistoric animals. And what's strange is throughout this entire reading, I kept seeing a lot of cartoon movie references, and I feel as though they were symbolic to lead me down a path to explain and help me understand what was going on during this time. And so when I was focused on the land, the animals, trying to maybe even get a time frame on this, I kept getting images from the movie Ice Age in my mind's eye and seeing the animals and they're roaming around. I didn't necessarily see a lot of ice. They looked like they were searching for a watering hole and they were going about their business, but it was all related to prehistoric type of vibes. And from there, I got that I was there, and I looked up and I realized I'm seeing a meteor storm. And at first, everything stopped. All the animals stopped. Everything was really silent as they looked up, and you can see these fireballs just blazing across the sky, and it was this amazing, beautiful sight. But then all of a sudden, as things started to hit the earth and a fire ensued from these flames shooting down, everything became panic and chaos, and everybody running around, and herds just collecting together and running in all kinds of directions trying to escape what looked like, fireballs of rain coming down. And then I got an image of Bambi when the forest was on fire, and it was like that. It was just animals running everywhere in this most chaotic way. And in the process of all this, I see that some animals got landlocked or collected in an area where they couldn't escape. Somehow they survived these areas. Maybe the smoke blew in a different direction, or maybe some kind of fire break happened, but nonetheless I can see animals kind of pulled up together, not really able to go anywhere, but not really trying to, because they were just confused and didn't know what to do. Well, as this area is superheated, you have this blazing fire going on. I see what looks like everything is superheating, and included with this heating, this rock that has the footprints in it, it also superheated near where that brook is, not near the water source. And in the process of it superheating, it got very soft. Now, I realize in the question it said that this rock was granite, but I get that there's some other component to it, that it's not solid granite. I don't know if it's been tested. I don't know if the granite part is an assumption. Maybe there's something underneath it that's not granite, but something about the rock felt really odd. And when this fire was blazing and it heated the rock up, it made it softer, whatever this type of rock is. So I'd be interested to know if anybody knows anything about that. And when the animals saw their chance to escape and go, they ran out of fear, out of chaos and survival instincts, whatever you call it. They ran in that direction. And some died because it was like a herd running full force into that water. It was like pockets of animals would run, and there would be a quiet moment, and then another pocket may run. But instinctually, they went to the water to survive this. But what was weird is the one that I saw making those footprints in that rock, it looked like a cross between a zebra and a camel. And even in the blog, I put question mark, question mark, question mark, because I've never seen an animal like that. But again, this is prehistoric times. And so I get that is the animal that really left the deepest impression. But I get there's other footprints in there too. So I realized it said it was one track, and I even looked at the stone. But I get if you really inspected it, you'd see several different markings all headed in that way. And I get that that's why, because it was more of a stampede effect that the animals actually got there. So that the water, it saved some of them passed in the process. And I get if you were to dig in that area, you would find all kinds of varieties of fossils just because of the nature of this traumatic event that happened. And really, that was all I had. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe it made some sense. See how it resonates with you. Feel free to leave a comment, like me, share me, whatever. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the support, and I thank you for listening. And again, this is Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot. Say that 10 times. .com. Thank you. Bye.